Good evening. Today's value is I'm talking about. It's called comes from Dr. Henry Cloud. I made this one a year ago on September 29th, 2020. Principle: dig it up. Success and failure alike arise from what is going on inside, and the wise person is one who pays attention. Not all that is buried is treasure. Wow. So this one's kind of tough for me to digest because like when this is like not all that is buried is treasure. I'm like, if it's not treasure, what is it then? Is it just dirt? Right? Is just some like dirt that's there on the way to the treasure, maybe? And then it says principle, dig it up. So that means, you do have to put work internally to dig up, excavate, uncover, find, discover, remove, sift all of these materials out. So that is some like, you're doing work, making those things happen to get to what is hidden or what's covered by the stuff that's underneath. So as a principle, continue to dig, not even continue, as a principle, dig it up. Success and failure alike arise. So that's actually like, it's actually like this, man, I can't believe I like this one. Like this is something it's hard to comprehend because as you're putting in work on yourself, creating yourself and molding yourself and digging up your treasures. What we're saying here is, Dr. Henry, and I'm signing off on this, is that you're going to put in that work and you are going to get out a failure. It's like, what? I did all of this just so I could fail? And then what I get to do now is more? Yes. Success and failure alike. Because after that failure, there's a success. You could not have gotten to that success. Like, let's say the success is what you want. You couldn't have gotten to that success without that failure. Let's say failure is what you want. You couldn't have gotten to that failure without that success. Success and failure alike. The principle, however, is dig it up. The more you dig up, the more you uncover, the more you can pay attention. Success and failure alike arise from what is going on inside. Get what's inside outside by digging it up. And the wise person is one who pays attention. We want to keep our successes. Naturally, we want to get rid of our failures, but that's not possible. More than likely, it's that we want to reflect, digest, assimilate our failures. Ooh. Because our failures are a part of who we are and they make us more of who we are. Same thing with our successes. Like I've had lots of successes, so to speak. I've had many failures as well. And all of those together make me who I am today. And so when it talks about the principle being dig it up, the more I can uncover of myself, the more of myself I am, the more I am, which is much more important than like one success of, like, let's say my goal is to eat 3 square meals a day. That day, at that point in time, I ate 3 square meals. But then the next day, I failed. I had only 1 meal. That makes me who I am. I want more successes, yes, but when I process and assimilate and understand and digest the one meal a day, that leads to me having more of successful days of me eating 3 meals a day. And I could say in this example, like I'm that 1 meal a day, I might have not had any food in the fridge. Or maybe I was too busy to sit down and eat a meal, or I didn't prepare a meal beforehand, or I didn't want to cook because I didn't feel like cooking, or I didn't want to go out to eat because I didn't feel like going out to eat, or nothing was interesting me to go to a restaurant, to eat at a restaurant. So when I find those whys and those, I can assimilate those reasons and those failures, I make my successes more of what they are. And then I make the journey towards uncovering and digging more worthwhile because I have more to do with it. So not all that is buried is treasure. And that's kind of, I mean, that's disappointing, but it's sobering at the same time that I'm gonna be out here in my life digging, uncovering, and I'm gonna uncover some things that I'm not gonna like about myself, about what I've been doing, which is cool because then the bright side is I can change. The downside is I don't like where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to uncover this, but as a principle, dig it up, because after I uncover something about myself I don't like, keep digging it up, I will find more than I do. And that's inevitable because it's a principle. Dig it up. Success and failure alike arise from what is going on inside. And the wise person is one who pays attention. This second phrase, why does it have to do with the first phrase? Discernment. I believe that the wise person pays attention to what their successes are and what their failures are. They know the difference between the two. They know where they are in their digging. And they don't put the success in the failure pile, and they don't put the failure in the success pile. Just because it's not buried treasure doesn't mean that there isn't more treasure buried. But if you were to uncover something that wasn't treasure and you put it in the treasure pile, you may feel like not digging for more treasure. And that's why you should be the wise person who pays attention, because that way you know what the successes are, what the failures are, and you recognize that not everything is going to be treasure. Not everything that's buried is treasure. So you can dissolve those burdens by uncovering them, putting time, energy, effort, and attention into them, and resolving or dissolving them, and then continue to dig for more successes. It'd be odd to be like, I'm looking for my failures, man. I want those. And it's like, you can say that on the surface level, but like, you don't want that. Like, cause you really want the success. Like, you would not go look for failures unless you knew, or you thought you knew, that you were going to get some successes that came along with it. So, keep looking for the successes or the treasure. Have the wisdom to pay attention to when you do uncover a success and when you are looking at a failure, and discern between the two. Continue going for the treasures. And when you do find a failure, recognize what it is. Failures are not final. Failures are lessons. Failures are more opportunities. Failures are just more things to be delved into, to say, course correct yourself. Learn from this. Don't make this mistake again. You know this thing that you thought you knew about yourself, but now you actually know this about yourself. This is really who you are in this failure situation, and you can apply that to either knowing like where you should be, where you should spend your time. Should you not go into those situations anymore because they're dangerous or because they're will always lead to failure for you? Or should you continue to go into those situations because you think that there's some success over there? When really, if you had the wisdom, you would know that that one failure taught you that you don't need to go into that area anymore. You need to go into a different area or into a different situation or a different setting or have a different type of behavior. Pay attention to that. So I'll read it again. Principle. Dig it up. Success and failure alike arise from what is going on inside, and the wise person is one who pays attention. Not all that is buried is treasure. Signed off by Cameron Wilson, Dr. Henry Cloud, on September 29th, 2020.